Welcome to Kutch time. Today is February 23rd, 2026, and the Detroit Pistons just lost to the San Antonio Spurs 114 to 103, moving to 42 and 14 on the NBA season. The Pistons lost tonight thanks to a abysmal shooting night. They were 7 for 36 from 3. The Spurs' Devin Vassell made as many three-pointers as the entire Pistons roster. He was 7 for 11 tonight. Pretty easy reason to see why the Pistons got the loss. Couple things tonight. I got to give props to Jalen Duren. He was really the only one in the fourth quarter in the end there when the starters finally came back in to try to show some kind of life. He had 2 and 1s basically back to back and started getting some momentum. The lead was cut down to 9. But no one else wanted to play anymore. He finished with 25 points, 14 rebounds. I mean, there's not much more your center has to do against a team with Wembanyama and Luke Cornett, two guys who are pretty good at defense, you know? You got your center doing that. Where's the rest of the team? Where's the guards? What are they doing? What are the forwards doing? I mean, Jalen Duren shows up, has a good night. He was foul trouble. He wasn't able to play some of the minutes he would normally get to. This is a Jalen Duren is probably the only player. Well, Jalen Duren out of the starting lineup was the only player to show up tonight. Cade shot up terribly. Duncan shot terribly. Asar just didn't play for some reason. Thanks, JB. Tobias was fine. I mean, it's Tobias. But he wasn't doing much. But Jalen Duren tried. Jalen Duren was trying out there. He was giving some energy. Just no one else could match that tonight. Ron Holland had a nice night off the bench. Was really nice spark in that first quarter. I think he had nine straight points, had 2 and 1s in a row, and a three-pointer. Then after that went pretty cold. 15 points, 11 rebounds, nice double-double for him. I think so maybe his second double-double of all time, if I remember that correctly. But nice night for Ron off the bench. Paul Reed, nice night off the bench. 10 points, 5 rebounds. I mean, your two big men have decent games, but the guards just couldn't make a shot. Cade, do you want to say Cade had a good game? I'm not saying he did. He had 16 points, 10 assists. He had 6 rebounds. He had 3 blocks. He had 2 steals. That sounds like a pretty good stat line to me, right? No, he shot 5 for 26. He missed 21 times tonight. What are we doing here? He was 2 for 9 from 3. He was getting stuffed by Wemby every time he went to the paint. I don't know. He was in his head. He was in foul trouble all game. He pushed over, who was it? Like Castle or something, Vassell. I mean, just an abysmal night from the guys that are usually showing up. Like, he gets his double-double. What is it? Does it matter? Does it matter? No. I mean, the team, like the biggest reason Pistons lost the game was the three-point shooting. They couldn't make a shot. I think they might have had like 6 or 5 threes entering the half. They finished the game with 7. Duncan Robinson was 3 for 11. Terrible. Cade was 2 for 9. Terrible. Ron was 1 for 6. Why is Ron shooting 6 times from 3? What is happening? Javonte's 0 for 3. He was looking like Tony Snell out there. He was trying to put up that 0-0-0 game, man. Davis Jacobs was over 2. I don't know what happened to Davis' shot, but ever since he signed the contract, he had been the same player. Maybe had 1-2 games good since that contract. I mean, come on. Come on, man. You're not going to win an NBA. I mean, yeah. Pistons had to change their game plan tonight. That's pretty obvious. You got Wemby in the paint, the best inside defender in the whole league, because he's Wemby. He has the longest wingspan. And, like, yeah. So make your shot. Like, it's not like some of these weren't open. They had multiple open three-pointers that they missed back to back to back. Like, what's going on there? The Spurs were feasting from threes. Because obviously, going into the game, it's very apparent the game plan was stop Wemby. They did a decent night on that. I think Wemby shot under 40%. But I think he still finished with like a 21-point double-double with 6 blocks. And because you're doubling Wemby more often, you're maybe sagging off some other guys like Devin Vassell, like Justin Champagne. I think that's how you say his name. Doesn't whatever. Um, and you're just giving them more space for the shoot. They're gonna make it. They're good. They're a very good team. The Spurs are a very good team. They have the third best record now, I believe, in the whole league, if not the fourth. It's third or fourth now. I mean, come on. It was just such a bad game. Like the Pistons offense usually runs to the paint. And that's usually fine because there's very few perimeter or interior defenders good enough to even put a stop to that. Wemby is one of those guys. Wemby is one of those centers that, yeah, you can't go and paint when he's there because he's gonna block it. He's gonna contest it. You have to shoot over him, and he's still gonna get there. I mean, come on. One of the biggest things that confused me this game was Asar in the second half. Where was he? He plays 3 minutes in the whole second half. I don't think he checked in the fourth quarter. I mean, it just under 18 minutes. He had 8 points and 4 rebounds. He was playing fine. He's your best defender. And you don't play him almost the entire second half. I do not get it. When you're already struggling, guess what? You're struggling from 3. You're struggling shooting. You're trying to run offensive lineups, and it's hurting the defense. That's why the Spurs were able to win this game in double digits. Like, the Pistons offense usually works the best in the full court offense. The easiest way to go in a full court offense is with stops. The easiest way to get stops is having your best defender in the game. I don't get it. The reasoning that JB gave was, oh, Ron was having a good night. Ron did have a good night. Ron did have a good night, you know? Caris LeVert plays 21 minutes. Javonte Green plays like 13. Both those guys, I believe, played more minutes in the second half than Asar Thompson. What are we doing here? You can't expect, you can't have someone expect to win the game when you're playing your best defender. Under 20 minutes in the entire game. Under only 3 minutes in a whole half. He wasn't in foul trouble. He was 4 for 6 shooting. He was doing it fine on offense. So what's the problem? I mean, the shooting was for the Pistons. The fans know that. The team knows that. They're an inconsistent three-point shooting team. That's why they run the offense to the paint. And that's why our full court offense works so well. Because we already are scoring in the paint. Let's have that wide open. So put Asar in. Like, there's no reason. No, sorry. You can make up reason. There's no reason that sounds good for Asar not to play a majority of the second half in a close game against the Spurs. No sense at all. Pistons will try to get the bounce back win Wednesday. It's against Thunder. They're missing Shea. They're missing J-Dub. The Thunder have the best record in the league now because of the loss tonight. They've just played 2 more games with the Pistons and they've won both those games. So, I mean, the next game is for the first best team in the league for a time being. But, I mean, Pistons should win that game. No Shea, no J-Dub. Come on. Pistons are a good team. I hope. But they got to get that bounce back. It's at home. It's at home again. The crowd was in it tonight until they weren't because Pistons just couldn't make no shot. It's such an upsetting game. Like, yeah, Pistons were 5-game winning streak, if not 6. But, man. There's just so many things, so many adjustments that could have been made. So many shots that could have been made. And then it just never happened. It just never happened for the Pistons tonight. And that happens in the league. You're going to have bad nights. And today was one of them. It just sucks that one of those nights is on national TV. So, tough one for the Pistons. They got to get that bounce back. Hopefully they will. Thanks.